welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be having a girl talk, a little one-on-one, talking about certain issues that I have and I know that a lot of ladies around the world have. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Is how to deal with stress. And I know a lot of people are very stressed out, especially during this time with this pandemic and everything going on. And it's very important to learn how to manage your stress and manage your mental state. So one thing that I suggest you doing is keeping yourself busy, doing something that makes you happy, even if it's working out or talking on the phone with your best friend. Just something to keep yourself active, moving, so you don't think about it too much. The next thing that I would suggest is when you do go and you have a moment by yourself and you're just thinking about everything that you're stressing about, try not to focus too hard on, what you did wrong or just anything negative about the situation. Don't think of the situation as such a bad thing. Turn it around and think of it as a positive thing. Think about it as, what am I supposed to be learning from this situation? What can I do to better myself so I won't have to be in the situation again where I'm so stressed out to the point where I feel like I'm losing all hope. So the next topic we're going to be talking about is cramps and birth control. So the first thing is, when it comes to cramps, ladies, please invest in a heating pad. If you don't know where to find one, look it up on Amazon, eBay. Just get you a heating pad. And once you do that, just curl up in your bed, drink lots of water. Please stay hydrated so you won't feel like you're finna pass out. You won't feel lightheaded or nothing like that. Then also, you can always take pain medication. Pain medication is always there. It's only a couple of dollars. The pain medication I would recommend is probably some Tylenol extra strength or Midol. But if you don't like to do that, you can drink ginger tea, any type of soothing tea. I know they have teas at Walmart that are like meant to help you with pain and things like that. If I can find it, I will link it down below. And then also, when you're cramping really bad, you could take a nice hot bath with some finely ground oats and some Epsom salt. Just sit in there for about 30 minutes. And when you get out, you'll be feeling like a princess fresh out of water, sis. Okay, so make sure you do that. Please take care of yourself while you are having cramps. That is the #1 priority. Don't worry about everything else going on around you. Take care of your health. I promise you, everything else is not that serious. Then when it comes to birth control, I have birth control. I have the Nexplanon implant. I like my birth control, I really do, but I know that there are some ladies who struggle with deciding if they want to go on birth control. There are some people who feel that birth control isn't good for your body. What I would suggest is talk to your doctor about it. Like, nobody else can really give you hard facts information, not even Google. So just talk to your doctor, weigh out your options, see what you may like. And even if talking to your doctor doesn't give you a little bit of ease in your mind, then you could go and talk to your mom or maybe like a close female friend or aunt, just a female who has experienced birth control or has tried to do birth control before. Talk to them, try to get their opinion before you make any, rash decisions about wanting to get on birth control, because it is a commitment. I've had mine in for 3 years. I'm about to get mine actually replaced in October. And I like my birth control, but there are some side effects that I have realized. Like, before I went on birth control, I wasn't cramping as bad. I wasn't so emotional. Like, literally, it's just like now, birth control is just like somebody could say like one little thing to me and I'm like ready to either fight them or ready to just bust out crying. And then like the cramps, it's just like cramps will come at the most random times. Like, I won't have cramps for 3 months and then boom, I have cramps for a full week straight and they hurt, honey. They hurt. They feel like contractions. Okay, other than that, it hasn't been bad for me. I've heard the horror stories on it, but I actually recommended Nexplanon to my sister, who recommended it to her best friend, and we've all loved Nexplanon. So it's honestly a personal decision that I feel like only you can make. I can only give you my experience and how I felt on it, but I love it. I really do. It's done its job. I don't have my periods anymore. And then another thing is before I got on Nexplanon, my periods would be very light. I was one of those girls who would only bleed for like 2-3 days at max, and it would be light bleeding. It wouldn't even be heavy. No cramps before Nexplanon. So yeah, just figure out what works for you. and make a wise decision for you. Don't let anybody influence your decision. They can only advise you on how their decision went. Just remember that. How to deal with toxic boys and boys in general, boys period. Because at the end of the day, they are there, sadly. And shit, even girls. Shit, girls are toxic too. Toxic people, period. So let's get into this, okay? We don't deal with toxic boys. We don't deal with them whatsoever. Not no more. If you're really investing in your growth, really trying to find the love for yourself that maybe you lacked or didn't have before, if you are trying to grow yourself as a person, you don't need to be dealing with toxic boys. Toxic boys always have red flags. So when you see red flags, just try to point them out. Talk to him about it. Tell him what you don't like, what you see, like what you feel like is wrong. And if he messes with you, if he really wants to continue talking to you, he'll try to fix it. And if he doesn't, then that's your time to dip. I don't care if it was one thing that you don't like. I don't care if this dude bites his fingernails and you said, I don't really like that. Like, could you stop or try to stop? Or if it's something more serious, like he constantly has like all these female friends, like, and he says that he's just friends with them, but like, come on, ladies. Like, we know us. Like, if you feel like this boy is fine and like he's just really sweet and he was doing that to you from jump, and then he has all these female friends, that's a red flag. And you need to address that with him if this is somebody who you're trying to take seriously. And there's no reason why he shouldn't want to hear you out if he feels the same way about you. If he tries to start argument, then boom, like that's your red flag right there, and it's telling you to go. I don't want to just talk about toxic boys, like all boys are toxic, all people are toxic, because that's not the case. There are good men out here. There are even great men out here who are willing to do any and everything for you to make sure that you are happy. But the one problem that I feel like we have in this generation is that we go out of our way to look for these good, quote unquote, great men. That is just not the way to go about it. Like, at all. Don't go out looking for them, because you won't find what you're looking for. So just wait, relax, and a good man will fall into your life. I promise you he will. And the way to keep that good man, once you finally get him, once you finally are like, oh, this is my Prince Charming, the way to keep him is by being completely yourself, because he's a good man for you. He's a great man for you. So why would you sit up there and ruin it by being someone who you're not? He's not going to want that anymore because he wanted you and you're giving him negative 4.0. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want all that fake stuff. Like, just be authentic to yourself and he gonna mess with it. If that's your dude, that's your Prince Charming, that's your lifetime mate, whatever you want to call it. So just be patient. Life will happen and you will get that person who you're looking for, okay? Alright, so the next topic is going to be beauty standards and how to set your own beauty standards. What I have realized is that no matter what, the only person who defines your beauty is you. Don't look to places like Instagram, social media, people at school, people at work. Don't listen to those people who try to make you feel less than or that you're not pretty, because you are beautiful. You are enough. You are plenty, okay? And if they don't see that, then that's on them. A beauty standard for me is when you look in the mirror and you say, I am beautiful, I am a queen, I am loved, and I will always be loved because I love myself and I don't need anybody else to love me. And that's what I do. I always try to give myself an affirmation because you need that in your life. You need that positivity in your life if you even want to reach these beauty standards. And you don't have to have my beauty standards. You set it for yourself. Okay? Don't listen to me or anybody else. Set your own. For me, I have set my own by making my soul a beautiful place, because I've realized that we don't live forever. Life can always be taken from you in a blink of an eye. You don't know how long you have on this earth, but what's gonna live on forever is your soul. So you have to learn how to protect your energy, protect your space, protect who you allow like around you, protect what you let affect you. Because that's another thing. You can't control everything that's going on around you. You just can't. It's not going to happen. So you have to learn how to not let certain things get to you and find your own balance. Try to do little exercises or try to do things that make you happy, things that just put a glow to you. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's about it. That's all I have to say about beauty standards, because it's not much to it.